Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Daily English Loop. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm Lisa. Hello to all our wonderful listeners. We are so happy to be here with you today.
It is great to have you back with us. I've got my big mug of coffee here. I'm feeling awake and I'm ready to chat. How are you doing today, Lisa?
I am doing fantastic, Alex. I'm sipping on my green tea, enjoying the sunshine coming through the window. Today is a good day.
That is what I like to hear, because today we have a super fun and incredibly helpful topic for all our English learners out there. We are going to talk about something we all do every single day, our daily routine.
Oh, I love this topic. It is so practical. Everyone has routine, right? And learning how to describe it is the best way to practice everyday English verbs.
Exactly. Before we dive in, please, if you are enjoying our podcast, remember to subscribe to Daily English Loop. Share this episode with your friends who are learning English and give us a big thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow.
Absolutely. Your support means everything to us. So, for today's episode, we have something special. In our last episode, we talked about general phrases, but today we are going to listen to a story.
That's right. We are going to meet a new friend named Mark. He's going to tell us all about his typical day.
Mark lives in the city, and his routine is a little different from ours, which is great for learning new words.
Ooh, I'm excited. So the plan is, we'll listen to Mark's story, and then Lisa and I will chat about it. We'll break down the useful English phrases he uses and give you some extra tips.
Yes, it will be a relaxed chat, just like we are analyzing a movie. So, without further ado, let's listen to Mark's daily routine.
Hi everyone, my name is Mark, and I'm happy to share my daily routine with you. I usually wake up at 6:30 in the morning. The first thing I do is drink a glass of water, and then I put on my running shoes. I like to go for a run in the park near my house for about 30 minutes. When I get back, I take a shower and get dressed. I wear a shirt and trousers for work. Then I go to the kitchen to make breakfast. I usually make coffee and eat 2 slices of toast. While I have breakfast, I listen to a podcast to learn something new. After breakfast, I wash my cup and grab my bag. I leave the apartment around 8 a.m. to commute to work. I usually take the subway because it is faster than driving. I read a book on the train. I arrive at the office at 8:45 a.m. and check my emails first. I usually have meetings with my team in the morning. Around 1 p.m., I take a lunch break. I usually bring a packed lunch from home, usually a sandwich and an apple. I like to eat in the park if it is sunny. After lunch, I head back to the office and finish my reports until 5:30 p.m. When I get off work, I take the subway home. When I arrive home, I usually feel hungry, so I start cooking dinner. I love making pasta. After dinner, I clean the kitchen, and then I like to wind down. I usually play video games or call my parents to chat. Before bed, I take a hot bath to relax. I finally go to sleep around 11 p.m. That is my typical day.
Wow, that was Mark's day. He sounds like a very healthy and organized guy.
He really does. Getting up at 6:30 to run? That is impressive.
I agree. I can barely open my eyes at 6:30, let alone run in a park. So let's break this down for our listeners. He started by saying, I usually wake up at 6:30 in the morning.
Wake up. This is the moment your eyes open. It is different from get up, which means physically leaving the bed.
Right. And what does he do first? The first thing I do is drink a glass of water.
That is a very healthy habit. And then he says, I put on my running shoes. Put on is a phrasal verb. It means to place clothes or shoes on your body. You put on a shirt, you put on shoes.
And then he goes to do his exercise. He says, I like to go for a run.
Go for a run. This is a set phrase. We don't usually say I do running. We say I go running or I go for a run.
And he runs for about 30 minutes. Again, that word about means approximately. Maybe 29 minutes, maybe 31.
When he returns, he says, when I get back. Get back means to return home.
Then he says, I take a shower and get dressed. We talked about this before. Get dressed means putting on your work clothes.
He says, I wear a shirt and trousers. Trousers is another word for pants, often used in British English or for formal office pants.
Then he moves to the kitchen. I make coffee and eat 2 slices of toast.
Simple breakfast. Slices is the word we use for pieces of bread. A slice of bread, a slice of cheese, a slice of pizza.
While he eats, he does something interesting. While I have breakfast, I listen to a podcast.
Hey, maybe he's listening to Daily English Loop.
I hope so. While means 2 actions happening at the same time, eating and listening.
After breakfast, he's responsible. I wash my cup and grab my bag. Grab is a casual verb. It means to take something quickly with your hand.
I grab my keys. I grab my phone. It implies you are in a bit of a rush to leave.
He says, I leave the apartment around 8 a.m. to commute to work.
Commute. That is a great vocabulary word. Commute means the travel journey between your home and your job. It's not a vacation trip. It's a daily work trip.
Yes, you can have a long commute or a short commute. Mark says, I usually take the subway.
The subway. In London, they call it the tube or the underground. In New York, it's the subway. It's the underground train system.
He likes it because it is faster than driving, and he uses that time wisely. He says, I read a book on the train.
That is a great way to use commuting time. Then, I arrive at the office at 8:45 a.m. Arrive at means to get to the destination.
What is his first work task? He says, I check my emails first. This is very common for office jobs.
And then, he says, I usually have meetings with my team. Team here refers to his colleagues, the people he works with.
Now, let's talk about lunch. This is interesting. He says, around 1 p.m., I take a lunch break.
And he says, I usually bring a packed lunch from home.
A packed lunch. This means he cooked the food at home, put it in a box or a bag, and brought it to work. He didn't buy it at a restaurant.
This is a great way to save money. He says it is usually a sandwich and an apple.
And he likes to eat in the park if it is sunny. That sounds lovely, getting some fresh air.
After lunch, he says, I head back to the office. Head back means to go back or return. It's a bit more casual.
He works until 5:30 p.m. Then he says, when I get off work.
Get off work. This is a very common phrase to mean finish work. What time do you get off? I get off at 5.
He takes the subway home again. When I arrive home, I usually feel hungry.
I'm always hungry when I get home. So he says, I start cooking dinner.
And he says, I love making pasta. Pasta is easy and delicious. Making here is the same as cooking.
After dinner, he does his chores. I clean the kitchen. He doesn't say wash dishes, he says clean the kitchen, which probably means wiping the counters and putting things away.
And then comes my favorite phrase in his story. He says, then I like to wind down.
Wind down. W-I-N-D. Like a clock that is wound up tight, you need to unwind it. It means to relax slowly before sleeping.
Yes, to calm your brain. He says, I usually play video games or call my parents.
Call my parents. That is sweet. It means talking on the phone.
And his final relaxation step, before bed, I take a hot bath.
A bath, not a shower. A shower is standing up. A bath is lying down in the water. Very relaxing.
Finally, I go to sleep around 11 p.m.
And that is Mark's day. It sounds very balanced. Exercise, work, healthy food, and relaxation.
I agree, it is a very good routine. Mark used so many action verbs: wake up, put on, get back, head back, and wind down.
It is a lot when you list them like that. But these are the verbs that build our lives. If you can master these, you can tell anyone about your day.
Exactly. Alex, what did you think about his commute? He takes the subway. Do you prefer the subway or driving?
I honestly prefer the subway if I am in a big city. Driving in traffic makes me stressed. On the subway, I can close my eyes or listen to a podcast, just like Mark. What about you?
I prefer walking if I can, but if it is far, I like the bus. I like looking out the window and seeing the city. The subway is too dark for me.
That is true. There is no view in the subway. Also, Mark brings a packed lunch. Do you do that?
I try to. I usually bring leftovers from dinner the night before. It saves so much money. Buying lunch every day is expensive.
It really is. I am lazy, though. I often buy a sandwich at the cafe next door. I need to be more like Mark.
And what about winding down? Mark plays video games. How do you wind down, Alex?
For me, winding down usually means watching a TV show or maybe reading a comic book, something that doesn't require much thinking.
That is the key. Stop the thinking. For me, winding down is definitely drinking tea and maybe listening to soft music.
Sounds very peaceful. Mark also mentioned getting off work at 5:30. Is that a normal time?
Yes, I think 5 or 5:30 is standard. But with his commute, he probably gets home around 6:15. That makes for a long day.
It does. But he starts with running, so he has energy. I think the morning exercise is his secret.
I think so too. Maybe I should try running at 6:30 a.m. Actually, no. I'll stick to my yoga later in the day.
I'll stick to my coffee. Okay, listeners, we have analyzed Mark's day. Now we're going to listen to a story one more time.
Yes, this time I want you to listen specifically for the phrasal verbs we talked about: wake up, put on, get back, head back, and wind down.
Try to hear them in the sentence. Are you ready? Let's listen.
Hi everyone, my name is Mark, and I'm happy to share my daily routine with you. I usually wake up at 6:30 in the morning. The first thing I do is drink a glass of water, and then I put on my running shoes. I like to go for a run in the park near my house for about 30 minutes. When I get back, I take a shower and get dressed. I wear a shirt and trousers for work. Then I go to the kitchen to make breakfast. I usually make coffee and eat 2 slices of toast. While I have breakfast, I listen to a podcast to learn something new. After breakfast, I wash my cup and grab my bag. I leave the apartment around 8 a.m. to commute to work. I usually take the subway because it is faster than driving. I read a book on the train. I arrive at the office at 8:45 a.m. and check my emails first. I usually have meetings with my team in the morning. Around 1 p.m., I take a lunch break. I usually bring a packed lunch from home, usually a sandwich and an apple. I like to eat in the park if it is sunny. After lunch, I head back to the office and finish my reports until 5:30 p.m. When I get off work, I take the subway home. When I arrive home, I usually feel hungry, so I start cooking dinner. I love making pasta. After dinner, I clean the kitchen and then I like to wind down. I usually play video games or call my parents to chat. Before bed, I take a hot bath to relax. I finally go to sleep around 11 p.m. That is my typical day.
And that was Mark's daily routine. I hope listening to it a second time made it even clearer.
I'm sure it did. Repetition is the mother of learning.
That is a great saying. Repetition is the mother of learning.
Daily routines are such a good topic because you can practice them immediately. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, say to yourself, I am waking up. I am putting on my shoes.
Narrate your life. It sounds silly, but it works.
Absolutely. We encourage you to try describing your own day just like Mark did. What time do you wake up? How do you commute? How do you wind down?
Use the fancy words. Use commute instead of go. Use wind down instead of relax. It makes your English sound much more advanced.
Before we go, we have a little homework for you.
Homework? On a podcast?
Just a little bit. In the comments section below, tell us one thing you do to wind down in the evening.
Oh, that is a good question. Do you watch Netflix? Do you knit? Do you play with your cat?
Let us know. We love reading about your lives.
And please remember to subscribe to Daily English Loop, share this episode with anyone learning English, and give us a like.
Your support helps us keep making these episodes. Thank you so much for joining us today.
It was a pleasure as always. Keep practicing your English, everyone.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a great routine.